Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue some more Permadeath. I did manage to get on earlier. I did find a gold and silver hotspot to use. So I've got that ready to go. And we'll get our living glass circuit board and liquid explosive farm put together. I did find an airless planet for that, so I already ran electricity there. But outside of that, I haven't really built anything. There are a few things I want to do here before I head that way, though. I'm not going to bother with that biodome. I just want to make up some glass real quick. I should have enough glass. I'm going to bring 250 with me. Yeah, every time I do 2 biodomes, I can make 40 glass, so I'm trying to stay on top of that. So make some more of this. Alright. Now I'm going to bring some extra stuff with me. I want this container though. Let's just put that away. So down here I'm just going to toss my glass in here. I think I need 220. I think that's the number on it. Actually, let's just bring 250 just to play it safe in case I want to put windows in it or anything. And take a quick peek here. I believe I need magnetized ferrite. I'm gonna need a bunch of pure ferrite. So I'm gonna bring another 2,000 of that just so I know I have enough on me. Should be good on chromatic metal. And seeing if there's anything else I think I might need. Let me put this Mordite away because I don't want to get that confused with anything else. Yeah, anything that can take plants, I want to make sure I drop it off here. Throw this stuff in here too. Yeah, like I do my stasis device farms a certain way. I'll kind of show you guys what I do. Just move some of this stuff over. What I'm trying to do is, well, that doesn't really work. So put that there, put that there. Stick this here. I'm just trying to block things in a little bit. Maybe when I look at my screen, I can see exactly what I have. That way I can open up my inventory quickly and hopefully things all add up. Okay. So what I'll do first, when I get over there, I'm gonna end up using this storage container to get all that stuff out, and then I'll use number 8 for the other 2 bases. This top one's gonna be the what's it, circuit boards, I think. So that'll be our second base, and our third base will be liquid explosive. I'm just making sure I have everything I need in here. I don't need a mineral for Fecium, but I do for the other two items, and the same thing here. Mordite doesn't have a mineral with it. So I think we should be all set. I'm gonna need extra of these. Actually, I am gonna be using teleporters over there, or the short-range teleporters. I will need gold, chromatic metal. I should be good on that. Alright, I don't think there's anything else. I think I have everything I need, so just do a quick save. And let's head over there and get going. Yeah, I found an airless planet earlier. There's my gold and silver. This one. Stasis 4. So it shouldn't take too long to get this thing set up. They go pretty quick once you get the you know, things laid out a little bit. Yeah, it's a super hilly planet too, which I'm not a big fan of. And there is going to be a crashed A-class shuttle here. So luckily I found a electric hotspot that was pretty close. Yeah, all I did was this is only an A class, so I did have to use an extra generator for it, but that should give me enough power. I had to use, I believe I built 11 of them, and it still gives me a little bit extra power too, in case I want to, you know, add another biodome or whatever. I think what I'll do is kind of get things started here. Kind of figure out right where I want to put this thing. I don't know if I want to go right here. Might as well just go to the highest point. That way I don't have to risk digging into the side of the biodome or anything. I'll do kind of like the same setup I normally do with these bases. I can go to the right screen. There's my keyboard. Oh, am I gonna be able to glitch tonight or what? Actually, let's just set that right there. I do want to see what this is gonna look like. Yeah, that'd be fine. How far out? Alright, so I probably can go that high. I don't want to go too high with this because sometimes if you teleport into it, there's a chance you'll fall through the floor because the game won't render the structure fast enough. So they kind of relax the you know, the damage you take from falling, but it still can hurt. Alright, so now one of my questions is, how am I going to do this? So I'm going to have, you know, 3 bases kind of stacked on top of each other here. So I think this is probably going to be my best bet. Actually, let's just use one of these in between them. Do something like that. Okay. The problem is I'm gonna have two biodomes stacked on top of each other. I just want to make sure that the biodomes aren't going to run into each other when I do this. I'll do a small little mock-up before I actually start building anything. So I'm just going to put walls there. There. Alright. So I think I'm going to be good. Let's just take a quick peek. Okay, I might run into an issue here. I don't want them to do that. Let me grab a door. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. So that spacing is not going to work for me. Yeah, I'm glad I tried that ahead of time because I'd have to rethink this. Alright, so what we're going to do... I don't really want to go up two of the frames here. Actually, what will that give me for spacing? It's probably going to be the same. Or is there a gap here? Nope, it's exactly the same. Okay. I'm going to go with one of those. Go up two, maybe. Let's see how that looks. No, I don't want to do that. That's too high. Oh, let's try that again. I didn't mean to delete that. Now let's try that. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not overlapping that when I go to put these in. I think it's not going to be enough. I don't trust that. I think it'll be enough, but I think I'm just going to do 2 frames in between them. I'll just have to do it that way. It's not that big of a difference. So we're going to go one of those. I'm going to go 2 frames. One of those. 2 frames. And one of those. Alright. Now grab our corridors. See, I'm doing this so that you can harvest 2 different biodomes at the same time, just to speed things up a little bit. And that's about it. All I'm going to do is... I'm actually going to just build one base at a time, so I'm actually going to just move these in. It'll just help me line things up a little bit later on. But I am going to leave the walls there. Actually, I don't have to do that. I can do it. They won't be in the way, I don't think. I have the most important thing in mind anyway. The walls are the most important part. So, all right, let's put those in. Now I do want to bring in my bottom building though, and it's not going to let me because I have walls there. What now? Nope. Okay, so the walls are actually going to be in the way. Well, actually, they won't be because I've got that lined up already. You just toss a door in to make sure those corridors are open. Okay, so we should be good. So it's the top wall that matters. That's... okay. So, I'm going to go over to this. You just see, make sure this thing's not going to smash into the side. Okay, so that should be fine. Actually, let me throw in my landing pad first. And on projects like this where I think I'm going to be building for a bit, but I put down a landing pad early, what I do like to do is put a cuboid frame right in the middle of it, because that will prevent any NPC ships from landing here. And after a while, that gets really annoying when you're trying to build and NPCs keep showing up. Okay, so this is what I'm checking here. I wanted to make sure it wouldn't be in the way of that landing pad, so I'm gonna have to come out 2 corridors. And put that in. And now, it does clip through a little bit, but not as much as it was. So I just want to get my bottom figured out. Because in this this section, this base, I'm going to have 15 biodomes. So I'll have 7 on one side, 8 on the other. So that should be enough for this one. And let me just verify that these are not gonna... It's okay if they touch like that, so that's gonna be my setup for here. Now all I do is replicate what I just did over here. And actually I can just come down like this, because all you're gonna do is you're gonna delete all of these. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this one here for right now, just in case something goes wonky. Alright, so we're gonna do 2 more biodomes. Alright, so that side's all set. All I'm gonna do is copy that and just repeat the same thing over here. of that one. 2 straights. 1 of these. Yeah, like this top side, you can just go and do this. The only thing that's going to matter up here are these 2. Well, yeah, where the biodomes go. So I'll have 7 on this, or 4, yeah, 7 on this side. Alright, so that's the quick way to do that. Just want to make sure you have all your biodomes in line. And now, because I don't need another biodome here or anything, so just delete these top ones. And for some reason, I always leave this top one here just in case something goes screwy. At least I have something to fall back on. That way I know, my spacing and everything. Take those out. Alright, and that's pretty much the bare bones for the living glass, I think. Or circuit boards. So that's going to be our circuit board base. I am going to do these in order, so I'm going to lay out all my plants and everything. Then I'll go up and I'll do the next base. So I just want to toss down a save button, so I don't have to rely on not knowing last time I saved. So our power is going to dig a hole right here, and I'm going to drop a battery down here just because I like to keep track of my power usage. So I'm going to just drop it kind of below the surface. That way I can still get a reading on it. And I didn't run any power over here yet. Let's grab a wire. I don't know if it'll be able to stretch all the way there or not. Yep. I'm going to pull it from the side, though. I have a feeling that wire connector I saw was probably the wire I used to glitch in on. So, pull from there. Yeah, I ran around for about 45 minutes trying to find an S-class hotspot, and I got tired. I figured I'd just settle for an A-class. It would just take pretty much one more generator to get the same amount of power, so I'll just get that tied in. I'll just go right up to one of our connectors. And that's a good thing about prefab, you just need like one wire to do everything. Alright. I'll get in here real quick, do a quick save. Okay, yeah, I wanted to see how much pure ferrite I was going to burn through, and it looks like I'm going to probably need even more, so I'm going to get ahead of the game. Yeah, you do delete a lot of them, but it's hard to actually figure out a total for that stuff sometimes, so let me just bring in number 2 real quick. Yeah, I figured get this out of the way right now. I always end up using way more pure ferrite than I think I'm going to. Let's just bring some of that over right now. Alright, move this down. And bring in a little more magnetized. Okay. Yeah, see, there's already some pure up here, just out of order right now. Okay. We'll get rid of that. Now, if I go into my plants, I shouldn't be able to, like, plant anything. I just kind of scroll through these. There's a couple, like, other fancy plants that I can build, but no regular plants. So what I want to do is I want to bring in storage container 6. I know that's got my plants in it. Just power it up. You don't have to power these up, it just makes it a lot easier. And I should be in the same boat. I shouldn't be able to plant anything. So what you have to do is you have to actually move this stuff into your inventory. Now I try to group things together. Like my, let's see, cactus flesh, I only need 16 of those. So that's why it's going to go in that kind of oddball one on the end. But other plants, kind of like the, especially the frost crystal, I'm going to need 2 biodomes of that. So what I try to do is I put them together, so I'll have a frost crystal on top and bottom. That way, if I ever run into a situation where I need a bunch of frost crystal, I can come here, get that. It'll grow back in an hour, and I don't have to worry about, you know, accidentally, you know, getting, you know, a thing of star bulb and a thing of frost crystal. You know, I can just get frost crystal by itself. So I'm gonna have cactus here, frost crystal here. Then I'm gonna need 4 biodomes of selenium. So that'll be these 4 here. And then the 8 over here is gonna be all star bulb. So I just start with the smallest one. And I always plant in the bottom first. So I'm just gonna bring this cactus flesh with me, and the pyrite, and I might as well grab my frost crystal at the same time with the dioxide. Now before I plant anything, I just verify I have everything I need. So where is, if I go to my cactus, I can grow 16 of those, so I'm good there. And my frostworth, I need 32 of those, I'm good there. Now if you run into a situation where you have your freighter in the system and you have a matter beam in it, what you're going to want to do is dismiss your freighter. You know, the easiest way is to, you know, do it kind of like I'm doing now, but if for some reason your freighter's here and the matter beam's in it, what you're going to want to do is dismiss your freighter, do a save, a reload, and then your plant should add up correctly. Yeah, if your freighter's here, it will affect what will show down here. Like if I had my freighter up there, it would tell me I could build, you know, like 300 of these or whatever is in my storage up there. So yeah, even if you dismiss it, it still remembers. It's like in your cache or whatever that you still have it on you. So you have to actually do a save and a reload in order to zero it out. Alright, so we're going to start with our cactus. So we'll go get 16 of those put in. And I probably should have just gone inside for that. See, I always start, actually you'll notice it when I do the next biodome. Why I always start on the bottom. It's a lot easier to do. Just get these first 2 biodomes done. And you can overstuff your biodomes. I don't tend to do it on permadeath because it's actually a lot more work than it's worth. So. Alright, so that one's done. Now we're going to have frostworth on this side. Go and get that snapped in. Yeah, I like using the storage containers because I know exactly how many plants I need to plant, and I don't, you know, I don't risk missing any. You know, if I just bring in all my plants all at once, and let's say I need, I need 32 frost crystal, but I have enough stuff in my inventory to build, 31, I would know right away that that's not enough, or end up planting too many of them by mistake that you have to go back and rip them out and put in the plant you made to. Alright, the reason why I start with the bottom one is if I come over here and I go to plant here, there's a chance I could end up putting it in the wrong slot here, especially if you have, a stacked biodome with 2 different plants in it. It's really easy to kind of mess things up that way. Then you have to go in, take it out, and replant it. Whereas over here, I only have one place that I can snap into. I don't have to worry about accidentally planting it down there. And I always start in the same place where a door would typically be. I always start there, and I just make my way counterclockwise or clockwise, depending on, how comfortable it is, I guess. Work my way right around. And I know I'm going to have 16 of them because I can't plant more or less. So those 2 are done. So now I'll just run out. I'll get the rest of my stuff. I'll grab my star bulb first. Alright, and I'm going to have enough space in my inventory, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my selenium. That way I can check all my values before I start planting. So if I go to my star bulb, I should need 128, and that's what I have for a total. And my other stuff, selenium, solar vine, 64, and that's the right total. So we'll go ahead, get the solar vine put in first, and then get the star bulb out of the way. See, these are pretty quick to set up. You just have to get all the material together. That's the hard part. And of course, this is only for 16 stasis devices. Pretty much if you want to go to like a 32 or 64, just double or quadruple the amount I'm using here. On Permadeath though, it's really hard to go over 32. You run into issues with stack sizes. So I've done 32 before on Permadeath, and it's a colossal pain because you have to use storage containers just to temporarily hold items. It's not fun. It takes way too long to do it. Alright, so get this one planted. And it's nice doing it this way because I can always come back here. Like if I, the farm above me is going to have a bunch of gamma weed in it. If I ever need a bunch of that real quick, I can just come back here and grab a bunch of that if I need it. Because it takes 16 hours to make one of these, the stasis devices because of solar vine and cactus. So you can kind of rob the other resources if you need them. And then, you always have them. And if you don't have enough, time to do, stasis devices or whatever, you can always just wait the 4 hours instead of waiting 6 hours for it to regrow. Alright, there's our solar vine. Now let's go over to, oh, I went right past it, our star bramble. I'm going to have 8 biodomes of that. We'll just start laying this out. And sometimes I go clockwise, sometimes counterclockwise. All depends on the angle I start at, I think. I always try to start right where the stairs are. Sometimes that first one can be kind of tricky to hit because you can't even see the planter here. So yeah, the two on the ends there. Yeah, maybe I'll show you guys how I do a one of those glitched in biodomes at some point. Maybe I'll do a biodome with all the plants in it, just to kind of show you guys the way I do them now. There used to be a faster way to do it, but they took that away. So there is a, well, I wouldn't really say a new way. It's the way I've been doing it for what, like 3-4 years now. So it requires you to glitch in every plant though, except for your first 16. Pretty much all you do is you run a wire between all these different connectors, or these plant-in spots. It's kind of a pain to do it though. Especially like, you know, if you're planting a couple hundred plants in one biodome, it can be, get pretty monotonous, especially if you miss your glitches. Alright, so those 4 are done. Now I'll do my top 4. Of course, I'm doing it this way. That way, all I have to do is harvest the bottom biodome, and it will harvest the top one at the same time. So I only have, what, 8 triggers I have to hit to get all 15 biodomes. Alright, got one more there. Yeah, the worst part of building one of these is just getting all the plants together that you need. But it's well worth it. You do a few runs of stasis devices, you won't have to worry about money anymore. You'll be able to just buy unlock slots after a while. Because of course your limit, you can only hold like 4.2 billion credits anyway. And these sell for right around 150 million. I think it's 156. So you can make your money back really quick. Like even if you have to buy ship slots. The bad thing is you gotta wait that 16 hours. So I try to do a batch of them every day, and until I, you know, hit the maximum, then I just craft a bunch and just stick them in my storage container until I need to sell them. Alright, so that's living glass done and out of the way. Let's just get rid of that. So, give that a save. Alright. And get going on the next farm. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. Just start pulling this out. Put that one there. Alright. Now I should be able to snap that right in. Alright. So this one I'm only going to need 14. Double check myself. Yep, only 14 biodomes. I'm just going to do the same thing. Alright. I always like to double check myself when I do this. So I'm going to have 7 on each side. Oh, I always do the 4 in the front. And do these ones like that. Alright, and 2 more. I can go in and delete these. Alright. Well, that one's all set up, ready for plants. And you know what? No, I'm not. I thought about putting in the top one, but I think I'm going to run into an issue planting plants if I do that. So I can at least get a couple of these things put in. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to want storage container 8. That should have my other 2 farms in it. So let's see my totals here. I'm going to have 2 biodomes of gut rot and 4. Yeah, 2 gut rot, 4 frost crystal. Let's just put this back down here. Alright, so let's bring in our gut rot, our frost crystal. And I'm gonna need dioxide. And then I'm gonna have what, 8? I believe it's 8 biodomes of gamma root. That'd be all that. And we'll start off with the actually, did I set that up 7 and 7? Oh, I'm gonna want to put a door in here too. Yeah, I'm going to be using teleporters, or, you know, short-range teleporters to get between these buildings. I am going to put doors here on the outside. Should put some type of little platform here. Let's see if I can use one of these. Just do something like that. Just kind of eyeball it. Yeah, typically the teleporters work fine, but sometimes when they do an update, it'll break them. So if you take a teleporter up and then you can't get out, that's not going to be good. So let me just turn this around. Yeah, so you don't want to get stuck inside here and not be able to get out of the building. So I always try to put in some type of like little exit just in case. Actually, I probably should do, I think I did a save, but I'm not totally sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do let's see, I need 2 gut rot. 2 and 4. Okay. So these are going to be... Alright, this one that's by itself is going to be another gamma weed. Yeah, that's how I normally do it. Then the rest, all of these are gamma weed too. You know what? Yeah, I want to keep it symmetrical, so... Alright, so I'm just gonna kind of forget that this biodome's even here for right now, and only use these 6 for the frost crystal and gut rot, so... Go in, grab our gut rot. Whoops. Let's do that again. Alright. So I'm gonna leave that one biodome alone for now. Just focus on the other 6. Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit of moving around to get some of these to click in. Alright, there's our first one. And we'll just run out and do that top one. Yeah, I always do it one plant at a time so I don't accidentally miss anything when I do this. There's been times that I've put them in the wrong biodome, then I need to kind of backtrack, figure out which one I missed. Alright, so one more of those. So now go over to our frost work. Get these 4 planted. Yeah, once you get a system for this, they're super easy to set up. It's just a lot of prep work. And typically I like to try to get my stasis device farms all in one system, but this time I'm deviating from that. But sometimes it can be really hard to find the right planets. Then when you have the right biomes and everything, half the time one of them will have like aggressive sentinels on it or something, so it's a chore. It definitely can be. So alright, so go grab these out here. That one's done, that one I'm ignoring. And I typically don't have liquid explosive at the same place. I'm doing that mainly because I have a power hotspot for it. Because, you know, between these 3 bases, my power is like 2250 for the biodomes. I'm a little under 3000 for power here, so that's the main reason I decided to put all 3 bases together. But typically I would just have, like my winter planet I would have for circuit boards, and my hot planet I would have for the living glass. So I typically don't have them all together. Alright. So that one's done. Run out. Do a quick save. Yeah, I've been saving a lot more too. When I was making a bunch of these plants back at my base, I had my game crash at some point, and I lost, well, I didn't lose anything, but I lost a whole refinement process, like, because the autosave didn't work, because I was constantly in my menu. So I've been trying to just save a little bit more often because of that. I mean, it was only 5 minutes worth of playtime, but it's 5 minutes I can't get back, you know. And, you know, since it was a whole batch, I ended up losing, you know, 2,000 of a plant. Well, I had to refine 2,000 of a plant, so. Alright, so that side is done. Now we'll work our way over to here. get these 4 planted, and then the final 4. Because there is a way, you can rotate these biodomes a little bit and stack them together so that you can have like 32 plants at once. I used to do that, and I can't remember how I used to do it. I might try to figure that out. You rotate your floor a little bit. I can't remember if it's 45 degrees or what the deal is. I haven't done it in years though. But that used to be kind of a nice thing to be able to do. It's just doing it this way, it's just quick and easy, and it doesn't require like glitch building or anything, so. That one in there. One more. Alright. I'm gonna have 3 biodomes out here. I was sitting down there, just looked at my total here, 48. For some reason I thought I had 4 biodomes up top. I only have 3. And say, did I miss a biodome somewhere? I'm so used to having 4 on this side. And I remember there's only 14 in this one, not 15. Alright. And one more. So tomorrow night, I'll do a run through, show you guys me harvesting all this, making up the stasis devices, and see what we get for money. Normally a good amount. I think it's close to 1 billion credits, so. Yeah, you do a few runs of this and you're at the cap, and then you can just keep making them up whenever you need to get a good amount of cash, and it's a good little base to be able to fall back on. Alright, let's get in our last one. Actually, I'm just going to jump up here. Alright. We're just going to do the same thing. On this base, I believe I need 15. I gotta watch myself because I have 2 different tables I'm reading here. I don't want to screw this up. Okay, yep, I need 15. this one's pointing the wrong way, but that's okay. I'm gonna delete it anyway. So, pretty much the same. Yeah, I can take these walls out. Knew there was something I forgot. Alright. Oh, pretty much the same setup as the one right under this. Actually, the one that's down on the bottom. So only one on that side. And 8 on this side. Okay. Now I don't need these 2 on top. Just copy our building, move it up. Try to get this in here a little bit. Try to get it somewhat centered and straight. Yeah, good enough. Just a temporary little landing area. Alright. Go in here, do a quick save. Alright, so I'm gonna have 1 biodome of Mordite, 2 biodomes of cactus flesh, and the rest is all fungal mold. Okay. So I'm just gonna, with this one, I'm just gonna grab all the plants. Let's move this back down here. Alright, move all of this right in. I just want to verify my counts before I start planting. Alright. Yeah, that's why Permadeath sucks sometimes. Your storage is so freaking small. Alright, let's just check our totals first. Our Mordite. Okay, 16, that's right. Cactus is going to be 32. That's right. And fungal cluster 192. That's right. All right. Oh yeah, this is a dissident system. Also, I just happened to look over and saw that that sentinel. So we'll get our Mordite done first. Most of these are going to be just fungal mold. So what I'm going to do is I'll do Mordite over here and cactus over here. Then the other 12, I think. Yeah, the other 12 biodomes of fungal yeah. And the rest will be that. So get this all put in. Finish this up, then throw in some teleporters, and we're gonna be good till tomorrow. And I just had an issue with my TV. Alright. That was strange. For some reason my TV switched its HDMI port on me. I haven't had that happen yet. Alright. But we're back. At first I thought my game crashed, because hey, how when you switch your HDMI ports, how you get kind of a black screen for a couple seconds. I thought maybe my PlayStation cut off or something. Alright, so that cactus is done. Let's do that top biodome. Me just check something real quick. Just be a second here. Alright, that looks fine. I was just making sure the stream didn't go down or anything. Must have gotten interference from something. Alright, so... Alright, I just had a moment there. Let's see here. I'm missing one right there. No, I was looking at this bottom section. For some reason I thought I forgot to delete the one that was up on top here. And say I'm gonna need to replant something, but I don't. Alright. So that's done. I should just move it. Actually, I'm kind of getting tired of running down there. I'm just gonna switch in one of these real quick. Alright. Alright, let's just pick that up. And delete it. That way I'm not using up resources. Not using resources for free, I should say. Alright, so those three are done. Alright. Go in, do all these bottom biodomes, and then do the tops. Oh, cluster. There we go. So we'll leave here and then see if we can get that gold, silver and gold base put together. I think that will cover pretty much all my resources. There is regular indium in that system, so I might see if maybe I can find a... Oh, I don't really need the indium, though. If I need indium, typically I just go dig it up. It's one of those resources you never really need for anything, unless you're... There's a couple, I think there's a one plant that you can use it for. I typically don't bother with it, though. Activated indium is just way better for chromatic metal anyway. But I am debating, I also play a game called The Division, and they recently did a 60 FPS patch for the first game, so I think I may play that a little bit. It's just going to be like a playthrough, mainly just because I haven't played it in ages, and I kind of been itching to play it, so I might do a little bit of that coming up. I don't think I'm gonna do commentary or anything. It'll just be like a playthrough. So I might have some of that up on my channel soon. Depending on if I can find the time to do it. Probably just do like a playthrough of the campaign. You do have to kind of farm stuff though, so it can be quite a bit of work. And run down here. Did I? All right. Checking to make sure these are all full. Okay. Go do these top ones. Okay. Should have a couple more biodomes to do here. Yeah, these ones on the outside. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure my count's right on all this. I forget about these top ones. I thought maybe I forgot the ones on the bottom. Start talking about division and forget what I'm doing. Yeah, so this is just a quick way to get a lot of money really quick. It's probably faster to do, you know, to just run around and collect interceptors and sell them. It's probably faster, but it requires a lot more effort, you know. And you never know what you're going to get for a class out of those either, so I just prefer this because I know it's guaranteed money. So I'm just going to take out these extra corridors I don't need. Take those out carefully so I don't accidentally delete a biodome. Because it wouldn't be the first time I accidentally did that. Alright, get rid of that. But look at my plants in here. I should have nothing remaining except for this little bit of that stuff. Alright, we didn't have enough glass for everything. So that's all good. I don't want that over there, though. Put it in this corner. See, I like using these buttons because if you put down a beacon, sometimes it will cover your base icon. I don't like to do that, so we'll toss in teleporter. Try to get it somewhat straight. Another thing I want to do here is I'm going to shrink down what am I looking for? A palette. Shrink this down. Want to have my storage container. I'm just going to put 0 in here. Because what I do is I'll show up here, I'll get all my plants for living glass, and I'll craft the living glass here. Then I'll teleport up, grab everything I need for circuit boards, craft it all, and then stick it in the storage container. Because you're going to go to 3 other bases and pick up 8,000 of each gas, and that's going to fill up your inventory really quick as well. So just keep tossing everything in that storage container until you get back to the mixing base, where you're going to craft everything that you need ionized cobalt and condensed carbon for, and all that stuff you're going to need the gases with also. So your inventory fills up really quick, and you at the same time you want to have like 20 open slots. That way you can actually get everything assembled that you need to. Alright, so trying to figure out where I'm gonna put that storage container. I was thinking about just putting it out here on the side of the landing pad, but it's not gonna look good there, so just pick this thing up. Oh, it resized, okay. There's no good place for this thing, is there? See if I can just sneak it in here, let it sink through the wall a little bit. Because you don't even actually need to access it. You know what? I'm just gonna stick it out here. You don't even have to actually access it in order to use it. Why won't? Oh, because I'm trying to copy it. Let's stick it up here. I'll have to run power to it, but that's alright. Just stick it over here. Alright, it's already got power, so. Alright, now I will need teleporters. Right. I was worried that I wouldn't have stuff to build these. This thing somewhat straight. One there. over here. Yeah, I wish I could just build like an elevator for these, but it's too much work. If it was a different type of base, I would. I'm just going to connect those two together. And connect these two together. Alright, just make sure they all work. Why didn't that work? Are these broken now? It should be working. Oh, it is working. Okay. Wow, there's like no animation to them anymore. Alright, so this one should bring me to the top. Yep. Okay. I thought they were broken again. Yeah, there's like no animation to them at all. That's really weird. Okay, yeah, now I can't see my landing pad. Now I can. Okay. I don't know if I like that. I like having that little animation. Alright, let's grab our computer. And let's quickly check my power consumption. Okay, so I got plenty. If I decide to add more biodomes here or whatever, got plenty of extra. Just fill that in though. Yeah, I like doing that so I can just kind of quickly come over. Of course, I won't be able to find the stupid thing now. Yeah, I went a little bit too deep with the battery, but I'll know where it is because I just kind of go by where that cable is. I'll dig a hole and find it. Alright, and I didn't stretch my boundaries or anything, so I have nothing to mess around with here. And eventually a hauler will show up down here. I'm not going to bother putting in a teleporter for that though. Alright, we should be good to go. Let me actually get rid of these. And get this updated. Nice little screenshot. Oh yeah, I got an abandoned building over there too. There are some, a lot of those data structures here too. Alright, so do an upload. Alright, so that base is done. Be able to harvest it tomorrow. Alright. Well, I think, actually, I probably might want to grab some stuff from my base. I am going to have to stretch my boundaries a little bit, but I should have enough stuff on me. Alright, let's get over to that silver and gold base. I do have to watch out though, because there are gravity storms over here, so those can be kind of a pain to work around. We'll head over there. Oh, and actually that's not the base I want. That's that temporary one I'm going to delete. I want this one. So let's go over there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stretch to both of my resources, but it's not very far. You guys are gonna love where my gold location is, though. It's right in the middle of a friggin' mountain, so might have to build like a little platform to get to the hot spot. But we'll start off with our structure first, just to get everything in place, get a couple silos put down, and kind of go from there. Alright, my ship's going to be in the way. There's my silver over there. Just move this ship out of the way. That should work. And what do I have for metal plating? Alright, so do I have any in my ship? I don't. Let's see. What do I need? Do I need 5 metal plating for each of these? Okay, let's just toss down a trade terminal quickly. Grab some more metal plating. I'd rather not make metal plating. Right. Yeah, we'll just grab 41. You know what? Let's grab that copper too. Actually, how am I set on microprocessors? Let's grab some of those too. See, once you have enough money, you just buy what you need. Crafting is just a kind of a pain after a while. I'm gonna grab a little bit less than that though. Let's grab 6. Alright, get rid of that. Alright, so my gold is up there. Silver is over here somewhere. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna build right on, pretty much right where my base computer is. Like that. I'll just do like just a basic little setup here. Luckily it doesn't look like too much is in the way here. Look like that. Alright, toss up our building. Let's just make that like a yellow. Give us a door. Landing pad. Get that in place. Yeah, I gotta watch out for these gravity storms. These are a pain to deal with. Oh. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad, but they last for like 10 minutes, you know. Let's get inside. Trying to get inside. Because they can move you inside too if you're like the wrong spot. When you're in build camera, you don't really realize what's going on. Alright, let's go get our silos resized. Try that again. so I tend to like to use the back corner for my silos. I don't know why, but I've always preferred them on the back side. Grab that one, make this one yellow. Okay. And go get our power done. I can never seem to get my power in place before the sun disappears. Put those kind of close. Wait. That out. Toss down the battery. Alright, at least that's all ready to go. Okay, so it should be in pretty good shape as far as metal plating goes. Alright, so that is way over there. We'll get this one out of the way first because it's easy. Easy one. I don't know if I did want to do more than one. I'm only going to do one silo for silver. You don't use very much of it, so. We're down to about 60 units. Okay, I was going to say I was going to run out. There we go. Start stretching out to my hotspot. Yeah, I think this is only a C class. Alright, see if we can get a decent number here. 38's going to be close enough. I'm not going to mess around with that all night. Get our battery put down. I think I will do an extra silo for my gold though, because I use gold a lot more than silver. Get that all put in. Grab our pipe. Make our way back. Because I have those gravity storms here, I want to make sure to keep an eye on my jetpack. I might have to kind of try to maneuver around that a little bit. Try to keep my height as low as I can. Right. Get that one put down. Should be it for silver, but I always check it first. Just make sure everything is connected. Alright, so we should be good there. Actually, let me throw down a save point. Alright, now run over and grab our gold. I thought I was going to have to go on the other side of this mountain to get to my gold hot spot. Or I thought it was actually going to be like right in the middle of the mountain. Instead it's right on the edge. And I should run out any second here. So I think all I'm going to do is build a platform out to it. That way I can hopefully get a decent read on this. I think this was an A class though, so it should be in pretty good shape. Kind of dig in here a little bit. Oh, it's an S class. Okay. Now let's just get this out of here. Back into here. Well, my feet are right at 100%. I don't think I'm going to get 100% though. Probably at 99. You used to be able to use pipe. Pipe you could actually get right in between your legs. Whereas, you know, wire it doesn't until you get a little bit further out. That's another thing they took away. You used to be able to use the cycle part thing and get a pipe to lay down. Oh, we got 100%. Wow. Haven't done that in a while. Alright, so we're just going to leave that thing floating here. Actually, what I can do, try to dress it up a little bit. Let's see if I can get a floor under there. There. Make it look a little better. Sorry, just had to mute there for a second. Let's get our power RAM. Yeah, I think I'll do an extra silo with this though. Just use way more gold than silver, so. Realize I connected to the wrong thing there. Give me my connectors. Oh. That to... No, that's gonna be the wrong thing again. Yeah, I wish they never changed how these things connect, because these connectors are half backwards now. There we go. I should be able to wipe out all this stuff and not have to worry about it. make that look a little bit better. We use alloy. I think it looks like it's actually got some type of platform to it. Actually, I can just do it up here. Take out that bottom one. That. In case anybody wants to look at my craftsmanship. Alright. Now let's get our pipe. And we have a gravity storm. What a surprise. I swear those things only show up when you're actually trying to do something. Put down one pipe. Yeah, now they're gonna keep showing up. Do another point here. One here. Get this thing connected in. All right. I want to be careful here. I'm on Permadeath, so I don't want to get dropped with no jetpack. Check this. Alright. So, only take 2 hours to fill up, which is kind of nice. Make sure... Okay, I can still build more. I am gonna just stick... I think just one of them will work for now. Cause I also want this for pyrite, so... Make, you know, let's do 2 of them. Okay. You don't use a lot of pyrite, but when you do need it, it's kind of a pain to go find. Let's get that connected in. It should give me about a 6-hour fill up. 5 hours, that'll work. Make sure this one's reading alright. Should be good. And I'm not gonna bother, like, typically I would put in a medium refiner. Like, if I was on normal mode, I'd put in a regular refiner, or a medium refiner. But I'm not gonna really need it here, because I use my backpack for everything. So, or my backpack refiner if I need it. I do want to put in a storage container, because that's where I'm just gonna stick everything anyway. Just put that in. Alright. Check that. See, oh, okay. You know what, let's grab a little extra oxygen while we're here. Alright. So at least those 2 bases are done. Yeah, I use it for pyrite, and I can also make platinum. Just mix gold and silver together if I need that. I know there's some freighter stuff that you need platinum for. You know, a couple little building pieces, so. And also, you do use silver in your freighter as well. At least this one is done. Let's just grab a screenshot. Of course, yeah, we're still having this issue where you lose your colors. Like that's a yellow building. Like that's been an ongoing ever since For the Frontiers update came out. There's been just a lot of really dumb bugs that they haven't fixed, and that came out in what, I think 2021. You know, it's like, come on, guys, it's been like 3-4 years. Like, time to fix some of these bugs, guys. Yeah, like if I come out here, yeah, that should be a yellow building. And it is yellow when I select it, I bet. Yep, it's yellow. Yellow with the wood texture. Yeah. Come on, guys. Fix some of this stuff. Alright, so this one's done. I'm gonna run over and get rid of that temporary base. That way it's not... Yeah, it's like I just took a picture of my base. This is what I get for a picture. You know? Let's go delete this. Right. Oh, that way I can get this out of my teleport menu. Yeah, I looked all over this place trying to find another gold, trying to find a gold hotspot. And one I found was like over 1,100 units away from the silver hotspot I had, so I was not about to deal with that. Is that another animal? Is there more than one animal here? Oh, I didn't even realize I was the animal for here. That's weird. Typically it's a, well, looks like claptrap. Normally one of these. I don't know why I have this thing here now. But I'm pretty sure I scanned claptrap last night. That's weird. I don't know. This game sometimes. I just don't get it. Alright. Make our way up to the station. And actually I do have a couple ships that I picked up, so I'll scrap those things real quick. Yeah, because I'll be calling it a night here shortly, so figure sell off a couple of ships. Maybe send out some frigates. How much space do I have? Okay. Yeah. I could use up quite a bit of material. Yeah, let's get rid of some ships. Get those two okay, so I've got 2 shuttles and a fighter. Okay. Oh, we'll get a 30% shield, so not worth anything. Let's sell these off. Okay, those aren't worth squat. An A class. A class, and only 2 million credits. Pretty sure this is the same exact ship. I was hoping that maybe I would get a storage augmentation. think that fighter is only like a C class. Yeah. 30% shield. Garbage. Alright, do we get anything out of that? No. Got a couple mods I can sell. The rest of it's just junk. How much is that hauler? 32 million. Yeah. If haulers weren't so expensive, I'd like to have one just to hold on to metal plating. Alright, let's sell off those A-class mods. We check with this guy too, see if there's anything in that other ship that I can sell, or donate rather. Okay, yeah, I'm not giving you my storage augmentations. Not gonna happen. Shuttle. Alright. I always have to check because those ships look so much alike. Alright, let's run over to my freighter real quick. Go see if any of these frigates got broken. At least I have a couple industrial frigates now, so I can start doing some of those missions. Alright, let's go see what we have. I don't even bother reading the logs when you debrief them. I just fly right through whatever. I know I get a bunch of money. That's about it. Some junk to sell. Yeah, I've just been doing like expedition and balanced, you know, missions typically. So I got a little bit of stuff. Actually, I'll hold on to that. Yeah, typically I just grab everything out of here. If it's something important, like I'll leave this in here. Yeah, eventually I'll probably end up throwing together a Corvette sometime. Alright, let's... Actually, how much... I craft another one of those, I guess. I don't want to be using up all of my tritium. Actually, what does it cost for that? Okay, that's where my dihydrogen keeps going. Okay. I need to figure out something for dihydrogen. I thought it was only 100 dihydrogen. I didn't realize it was 200. Okay, let's see if we can get some of these done. Okay, so we have an industrial, and send out a support with that. Alright, so that one should be good. Actually, this one. let's take that one. I thought I had another page. Let's send one of these trade to. Alright. Get that one going. Balanced one. I'll do a trade. Support. Exploration. See if I can bring that up a little bit more. Let's do that one. Yeah, I don't want to send out too many of these. It's using up more and more fuel. Now let's just take our chance with that. One of those will probably come back broken. Go with balance. Just send them all. Oh, I need more fuel. Let's take off one of those then. Let's just go and craft another. I have to go get a bunch of this fuel. Probably just do it in a pirate system, start shooting ships. Let's just send them all. Alright. Wrong ship. This one. Let's see if I can find a pirate system quickly. That way I know where to pick up next time. I know I got one unlocked already. I'd like to find another one just so I can bounce between the two. I think I... You know what, I think I'm just gonna go... Oh, that's only 2 planets. Yeah. See if I can find a pirate system real quick. I'll let myself get distracted. I need to jump off. Let's just go... check this one out. I'm just looking for a jump off point because I'm going to be jumping off, so want to see if I can just when I jump on next time, I would just want to see if I can just find a pirate system, see if I can get a bunch of fuel together. Because what you can do is you can just shoot frigates and not have to deal with interceptors killing you off, trying to kill you off anyway. So what do we have here? We got a volcanic planet. Yeah. Awful. That one's not too great either. Does that have aggressive sentinels on it? Yeah. Okay. Take a quick run in here and check the mission guide. I have a bunch of missions that I should probably get done too. Okay, and I still don't have a mercenary skill. They must cluster them together or something, because this is getting kind of ridiculous, because they typically have storage augmentation. Nothing good here. Wow. Figure a quick peek at the multi-tool and grab a backpack slot. Then I gotta go. Okay, we have an A class. And a C class. Alright, so down to my last 2 tech slots. Let's go check with this guy, see what he has. Alright, just grab that. I don't need any of that stuff. Give him some of that. Okay, so that unlocked my, what's that, my 5th reward. So hopefully, okay, and frigate modules here, so good. I wish they all offered the same final reward, it would be nice. They unfortunately don't. Alright. I might try to see if I can farm up some extra ships here too tomorrow. So, but I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. The snow is finally starting to calm down out there. We got about what, about 22 inches? It's just shy of 2 feet, so got to go hopefully finish up that too. So, yeah, gotta been out there what, 3 times a day shoveling, so outside of that, looks like the snow is just about done. But I appreciate everybody swinging in. At least we got those bases built and finally stop listening to me complain about stasis device farms now. So, alright, well, I appreciate you guys swinging in, and I will see you next time. Take care.